NameBio is a great resource to see what's happening in the domain market, and I want to share a couple updates that the site has made and how you can use it. So first of all, one of the things you can do on NameBio is choose a venue. And so for example, if you want to see all the domains that have sold at Dropcatch, you can select Dropcatch here. Now, if you think about these venues here, they tend to attract different buyers. So for example, Dropcatch is clearly domain investors buying domains that are expiring, whereas Cedo is more commonly an end-user market where buyers are actual retail customers. Not always, but more commonly than, say, Dropcatch. So recently, NameBio set up an option to select retail or wholesale at the top. And this is helpful because previously when I was looking for retail sales, I basically come down and say private sales, Cedo sales, Atom sales, domain market, and aftermarket. But now all you have to do is click retail and it will select all of these automatically. Now this is helpful for looking at what domains are selling for in the aftermarket. And if you come up and click trends here, you'll see first of all the top keywords in search from the past week. So this is search on NameBio. On-chain is popping up here because there have been some sales of on-chain domains. But let's take a look here at the top 100 keywords in retail sales for the last 90 days. So you see this is pulling from Cedo, Buy Domains, Domain Market, Afternic, Dan, Squad Help, Brokers, and individual operators. The reason this is important to think about what's in here is you can actually dig in and see what is sold under these keywords. And this is helpful. I did a blog post recently about the word auto, A-U-T-O, and I always thought of that keyword, which is a very popular one in the aftermarket, being related to cars, but it's actually related to automation most of the time. So the nice thing here, first of all, you get to see the first 10, even if you have a free account. With a paid account, you get to see deeper into here. You can see 2, 3, 4. You can see all of the top keywords after the top 10. But let's click on AI here. You see 48 sales at these markets in the last 90 days. Unfortunately, for the retail side, you're not getting as much sales information as you are for the wholesale. Cedo still says what they've sold, but for example, domains that sell in Afternic, unless the seller reveals it, they aren't able to get this information because Afternic does not report those sales. So let's click on AI here. And you see it will pull up sales at those venues that typically are selling to end users, to retail customers. But you need to use a little discretion here and dig into this a little bit more because some are likely actual domain investors buying these domains to sell to others. In fact, I went through the list this morning and found several that now point to for sale landers with much higher prices. But when you come down and see something like AI-Pathfinder for close to $10,000, that should be retail for sure. AIShift.com at Atom for $22,000, that should be retail as well. And so the interesting thing here is, I always look at domains with AI.com at the end when I'm looking for domains to buy. But clearly, there are some at the beginning as well. So I think this is really useful, and I think it's key when you see the list either from Afternic that puts out of their top 20 sales and this NameBio list to go through and look at what domains are actually selling with these keywords in them. Hope this is helpful.